Hey, this is Dizzy Reed from Guns N' Roses, and you're watching GNR Central. Yeah!
Hey everybody, what's going on, and welcome to GNR Central, and today I want to talk about the filming of the music video for Welcome to the Jungle. Now this dates back to August 1st of 1987. Appetite for Destruction had come out almost just a week prior, and Guns N' Roses were set to embark on what would be a next, crazy 7 or 8 years of their career. But at that time, nobody really knew who Guns N' Roses were, and basically it was their first video shoot that they were doing with a director named Nigel Dick, who would go on to shoot the next 5 Guns N' Roses music videos, one of which was It's So Easy, which wouldn't be released until almost 30 years later. So the clip for Welcome to the Jungle would serve as proof of Geffen Records' cautious investment in the rookie band. So Appetite had only entered stores a few days earlier, and the record's first single, It's So Easy, had already fizzled off the charts, and at the time, few people suspected that Guns N' Roses had powerful potential. So perhaps for that reason, director Nigel Dick, who was already an MTV veteran through his work with bands like Tears for Fears, kept things pretty simple at the shoot. He lined up a performance at the Whisky A Go-Go where the band could be filmed running through the song on stage and playing it in front of fans. So the actual video shoot for Welcome to the Jungle happened on both August 1st and August 2nd at the Whisky. So according to director Nigel Dick, Guns N' Roses would perform the song on stage at the Whisky. They shot the band's close-ups during the day and then let in regular audience that evening and then shot them during the live show. The band ended up playing Welcome to the Jungle 2 or 3 times during the show. So you guys can actually watch the whole unedited performance of Guns N' Roses performing Welcome to the Jungle at the Whisky A Go-Go on YouTube from August 1st. I've linked to it down below for you guys to go check out. So the premise to the song is actually pretty straightforward. So the video tells a story of how Axl Rose steps off the bus into LA at night. He is approached by a drug dealer who's played by Izzy Stradlin. So for many years, people were wondering who is the drug dealer played by. Some people thought it was Izzy, and the director Nigel Dick confirmed on Twitter that it was in fact Izzy who was playing the drug dealer at the bus stop. So the drug dealer tries to sell drugs to Axl, which he rejects. He then stops by to sort of see clips of a band playing live. After he watches the video, he transforms from a simple lad to a city punk. So it's, loosely autobiographical of Axl coming off the bus from Indiana and then coming to LA. So let's talk about some of the other locations where they filmed the video. So we talked about the Whisky, but some of the outdoor scenes, we also know where they filmed them. So one of the scenes was filmed at 6th Street and South La Brea Avenue in Los Angeles. So the opening scene where Axl walks off the bus and is approached by Izzy Stradlin is shot at this street corner. Of course, it's been 30 years, so it looks a bit different than it does today. So also near this intersection is the location of the TV store where Slash is seen sitting in front of the Welcome to the Jungle video. Between the live footage, the band members were shown on the streets of Los Angeles, reclining with runway-ready women, or in front of Axl Rose's case, mainlining cable news in front of a pile of televisions, Clockwork Orange style. All pretty standard stuff for the era, but as was often the case with Guns N' Roses, there were some hairy moments along the way. Former manager Alan Niven, who credits himself with the idea of copying a Clockwork Orange vibe and blending it with Midnight Cowboy and The Man Who Fell to Earth, recalled guitarist Slash being a particular problem during the shoot. Niven told Rolling Stone that at one point Slash sort of kidnapped a vehicle being used in the shoot, and the next day after Niven banned alcohol from the set in response, he turned around and asked for a beer. At another point, Niven recalled Slash wandering into the middle of LA traffic, waving a bottle of Jack Daniels at terrified rush hour motorists, a situation only brought to Niven's attention by a crew member. I explained in a short syllable Anglo-Saxon and with a certain degree of firmness that this was behavior that was not suited to the circumstances, said Niven. Slash looked at me silently in the eye, then turned and walked home some 6 or 7 miles away. In the end, whoever was responsible for the ideas and whatever problems that might have occurred along the way, the Welcome to the Jungle video lived up to Niven's stated goals, blending the urban decay, aggressive nihilism, and dystopian overtones of its influences into a piece of work that fit within the established template for a hard rock video of the era, while still suggesting that this band was capable of breaking every rule. Of course, nothing was easy for Guns N' Roses once they filmed the video. So once it was finally filmed, staying off the airways for months, MTV execs refused to put it into rotation, and Appetite languished in the lower reaches of the charts. So according to A&R rep Tom Zutaut, who signed Guns N' Roses and proved to be one of their most dogged evangelists at Geffen, during those make-or-break early days, the label was already ready to abandon promotional efforts after 9 months, during which Appetite only sold a measly 200,000 copies and was seen as a failure by Geffen's management. So Tom Zutaut was informed by his boss that the company was pulling the plug on the album, and Zutaut went over his head and called label chief David Geffen, convincing him to make one last push. Geffen in return called MTV's CEO, who agreed to air Welcome to the Jungle at 4 a.m. Eastern. So the question has to be asked, why would MTV initially decline to play the video for Welcome to the Jungle? Well, the reason being is because half of their cable outlets were run by a right-wing conservative named John Malone, who told MTV's founder Bob Pittman that if he played the dangerous junkie bands, he'd knock MTV off his cable networks. The next day, I had multiple phone calls from my office, Zutaut told LA Weekly. I got in around 4 in the afternoon, and the head of promotion told me that the video had lit up MTV's switchboards. He was yelling hysterically and said MTV's finally added the video into rotation after just one play of Welcome to the Jungle. So after simmering for months, Appetite finally exploded with the third single, Sweet Child of Mine, hitting number 1, Welcome to the Jungle breaking the top 10 after being re-released to radio, and Paradise City rounding out the record's trio of crossover hits onto the way to 30 million records being sold and counting. Guns N' Roses' mainstream rock would never be the same after Jungle finally reached the airwaves, but even on that LA shoot, Nigel Dick knew that he was watching something special. He said, I became for a while the go-to guy for that kind of band. I get all these awful band managers coming up to me. The job you did for that band was amazing, man. So you've got to do it for my band, what you did for Guns N' Roses, he told Rolling Stone. You just go, oh my God, if the guy ain't Axl, he ain't Axl. You can be the best video director in the world, but the singer doesn't have the oats together, you're effed. So immediately following the success of the Welcome to the Jungle video, Guns N' Roses filmed another video for Sweet Child of Mine, which eventually hit number 1 on the Billboard charts. Now, almost 12 years after Appetite for Destruction came out, Guns N' Roses released their second music video for Welcome to the Jungle to support their new album at the time, which was Live Era. Now, it featured a number of different live recordings recorded during the Appetite tours, and mostly it was a lot of the songs recorded during the Use Your Illusion tour, and they featured a live version of Welcome to the Jungle, played to a barrage of news clips and live performances from the Use Your Illusion tour. If you guys want to check it out, you can see the link down below. So that does it for this look back at the Guns N' Roses music video for the song Welcome to the Jungle. Let me know what your thoughts are on the music video, and where does it rank on the best to worst Guns N' Roses videos. I know Rolling Stone did a list not too long ago, and Welcome to the Jungle was probably, I think, ranked on the higher end of their list. So let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you love GNR as much as I do. And you guys can also go check us out on gnrcentral.com for the latest and greatest Guns N' Roses and related news. Alternatively, you can also go support us on Patreon if you want to see us continue to make videos just like this. Thanks.